Welcome back, folks. We're live in the conference finals. The Spartans facing off against the Ducks. Both teams looking to advance to that highly contended for MLE championship. With me is Hunted. I am Jordak. Glad to have you with us, Hunted.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's been a lot of fun so far tonight, and we've got one final series. We get to see who plays the Flames in the Academy League Grand Final, and I think that regardless of what happens here, I'm very very much looking forward to that.
As you mentioned earlier off camera, the Ducks have been in, I think, did you say 5 MLE championships in this past?
If they
And the
win this one, they will be. This will be their fifth Grand Final, which is the most in MLE history.
and the Spartans have never gone to a grand final yet.
Correct.
So should be interesting to see how this plays out. The Spartans looking to make history and the Ducks looking to maintain their franchise dominance in the league.
Yeah, I mean it's insane when you think of how many seasons there have been. And, I mean, there haven't been a ton of opportunities to make a grand finals, and if a team could do it 5 times in their history, with this being the 8th season, that is quite an accomplishment. But the Spartans not going to make it easy. They score early.
Now would be a good time to point out that you might notice Deli's not on the field. Instead, Eclair is subbing in for the Spartans. So a little lineup change, shaking things up. Maybe it was a tactical move. It might have been down to availability.
Now it looks like Deli and Chad is saying that he lost power, unfortunately, so he can't play.
That's
So
rough.
yeah,
Deli,
still.
presumably joining us watching on his cell phone.
I mean, Eclair is still a great player in his own right. So it's, it hurts the Spartans not to have Deli out there, but I have a good feeling that Eclair will step up.
I think the 1-0 lead's got to be giving the Spartans a good feeling. The Ducks are going to sneak this one in off the assist, though. Great play. Meadowmaker doing a great job to get it out to flying high. Past the defender. Easy goals from great passes.
Yeah, it's a great pass from the Ducks. It's a great way to get back into this game, pretty much back to 0-0 early on in game number 1. And this is going to come down, I think, to a lot of who has the better midfield presence between these teams. We talk about how important that is, and you already see the teams that can win these mid challenges and take these mid boosts can typically do a lot of damage.
Here comes Meadowmaker trying to make a play. Tries to go for the flick, but the Spartans pass it away. Here comes Burry. This ball is bouncing out to the midfield. Eclair looking to get the angle if he can, but the Ducks are on it. Burry looking to get the shot past. No. The Ducks have a big opportunity here if they can just get the ball out to one another. Meadowmaker not quite making the contact he wants. This one's bouncing again back to the Ducks. The double commit comes out on offense, and maybe Burry can turn this one around for the Spartans. Burry gets it down to the backboard, but the Ducks are able to clear it away.
Yeah, doing a great job are the Ducks, maintaining their presence throughout the pitch. They're not letting too much time and space go to the Spartans, and that is a beautiful shot. My goodness, Flying Eye sneaks that home 2-1.
Tough defense there for the back player on the Spartans. He's a little too far forward to make good touches on that ball. At 2-1, the Ducks looking to take the first game of the series, but their work won't be done yet. They've got potentially 6 more to play after this, depending on how things fall out. Eclair doing a great job to equalize, and it's now 2-2.
It is 2-2. Eclair gets his second goal of the game, and it just comes off a whiff from the Ducks player, unfortunately. But the Spartans, they are not going to let you make those mistakes and get away with it. That's the beauty of their game. And they've already shown us that they can hang with this Ducks team. I think this is going to be a pretty close series.
You know, this makes me wonder now. Let's just say if Eclair puts in the performance of his lifetime, the Spartans dominate in 4 games. Do you think that this could be the new finals lineup for the Spartans?
Well, Deli being the GM of the Spartans, I think will do, of course, if they make it to the grand finals, I think he will do whatever is best for the team. And if that means subbing himself out because Eclair and Burry are having, are playing very well together, I could see him certainly doing that. But I think it'll come down to, of course they have to win this series first before they even begin to think about that. But, you know, I think Deli will make the decision that's best for the team, whether that's him playing or not.
As we see some great shots coming up, a little bit high on the crossbar. But yeah, I think that's what comes down to good management, taking your personal biases out of the play and trying to maintain objective decision making. This pass to Eclair looks dangerous, but the Spartans not able to capitalize on it. Eclair now coming for another touch, but Meadowmaker turns it back.
One thing that you notice in these, I'll say lower leagues, the lower half of the leagues, Foundation and Academy League, is that players are very quick to rotate too far back on the defensive side. You can tell that sometimes it leads to just late challenges to balls in mid. You like to see teams really try to maintain that presence where they can, and the Spartans have done a great job of that. I'm very surprised, and they'll score just on the back of that.
Spartans doing a great job of taking shot after shot, and finally they get their opportunity. They sink one in. Now it's 3-2. The Spartans taking the lead again. Like you said, Hunted, great pressure and great job not rotating back too far, keeping that offense alive. Here comes Burry out of the corner. This one's up high. Eclair not able to make contact, but Burry's able to keep the ball clear of the net. Eclair getting a monster touch from his own corner as Flying High takes possession back. Flying High going for a shot off the backboard, but he gets denied. The Spartans have this deep in the Ducks' in the Ducks' zone. And the Ducks now, Meadowmaker finding the defender on the near post, gets it right past him.
A tough play for Burry on this one. He has to make that touch. You cannot let the ball come off the back wall like that with Meadowmaker in position to slam it home, and he does just that. It was a good attempt from the Spartans defense. They come up a little bit short, and we're tied at 3 with 45 to go.
You gotta love the Ducks blue feathers banner that Meadowmaker has on the replay.
See it again right here. I mean, he scores the kickoff goal. He just wanted to make your point for you. It is a nice banner.
4-3.
Certainly a nice banner, but it is 4-3, and now the Ducks, they come back. They kept in the game after going down pretty late. They find themselves now in the lead. They just got to hold it.
Eclair puts it off the backboard, gets the second touch, but a defender is there to stop it on the 50-50. Burry pushing it out back into the middle. Flying High is going to take this one. Oh, it's awkward for him. He's facing the wrong way, but Eclair is going to take it back right now. The Ducks at 4-3 with time running out, looking just to get another shot on the net, keep it in the Spartan zone. This one's almost over. Here comes Flying High. No, if they can just prevent a transition goal from the Spartans, the Ducks have it in the clear. This one's going down. The Ducks take game 1 of the series.
That they do, and they do it by the slimmest of margins as well. Just a 1-goal difference at the end, but it comes off a good play to get them tied up, getting that back wall touch, and then immediately off the ensuing kickoff scoring as well. You've got to give credit to the Ducks for hanging in this game. It looked like it could have gotten blown open there by the Spartans kind of late in the game. They didn't let it get out of hand. They maintained composure, and they end up taking the game. But the Spartans, they are such a good matchup for this Ducks team, in my opinion, because they are really challenging those midfield plays. It's like I said, that a lot of these teams love to rotate back a little bit too early. The Spartans are up in your face. They're making you work for those midfield clears, and the Ducks are having a difficult time. They're not running over teams like we know that they can. And I think that, even without Deli in the lineup, Eclair has done a great job in game 1. I would not count out the Spartans at all going into the second game.
And as we head into the game 2, the Spartans looking to answer back the Ducks' first win. This series really could go either way. Tight game one.
Oh, absolutely. I do honestly think that of all the series that we've watched, maybe with the exception of the first one, this series has the biggest potential to go to Game 7.
Well, let's see it happen, folks. The Spartans and the Ducks facing off in Game 2 in a best-of-7 series. First one to take 4 wins goes to the championship. How exciting would that be for either of these teams? Let's see how this goes. Flying high and Eclair on the face-off. This one's coming off the wall, up high. Rolling off the ceiling, and Burry's able to get there first. Burry puts it in off the corner. Looking to get another touch out to the middle, but doesn't quite make it. Now it's Eclair. Bringing it back down, looking to get it past Flying High. Flying High's facing the wrong way, and the Ducks able to make the clear. Credit to Meadowmaker. Burry's got them on their back foot. This one's up high off the backboard. Burry playing a little bit of interference on Meadowmaker, but Meadowmaker is able to persevere and get this one out right in front of the Spartans' net. Burry's up for the clear, but he can't get it before Flying High does.
Yeah, that is another tough play for the Spartans defense. They get caught a little bit too far forward. It's funny because this is the flip side of the coin of what I was saying with the Spartans' aggressive midfield play, is that sometimes you can find yourselves a little bit too far upfield, not able to make the touch, and then all of a sudden there's a counterattack the other way, and the Ducks make perfect use of it to score the first here in Game 2.
As Burry gets it back into the middle, Eclair's not there to make a shot, but the Ducks are going to just fall back onto defense, letting the Spartans take the ball back. Here comes Eclair once again, putting it up to the corner. Going for a shot off the wall. No, can Burry come in for this one? No, Burry's falling back. 0-1, the Ducks still lead.
Oh, Meadowmaker.
The Spartans may have a shot on net here. This one's up a little high, and Eclair's able to finish it out.
Yeah, Meadowmaker goes for a boost in the corner here as Burry is threatening the goal. I'm surprised Burry doesn't score this just on his own, but Eclair comes in, wins the challenge in front of the goal, and that is the Spartans on the board. Ducks defense looked a little unorganized there that time. It's a bit concerning as the kickoff nearly goes in, but the Spartans, they are certainly looking to keep that pressure on. If you can get the Ducks off balance in their defensive rotation, you're going to score a lot of goals.
Great unorthodox shot taking with the team bumps coming out from the Spartans. Unfortunately, not able to make credit for a goal for it. But now Burry bringing this up the side wall into the middle, gets the pass to Eclair on the handoff. Eclair now bringing it back up. Eclair looking to get a touch out of the corner. This one's in front of net for Burry, but he's a little too high. So close as the Ducks now take control of the ball back. Oh,
Ooh.
no! Burry with the calculated pinch off the other team slams it in at 72 miles an hour.
Yeah, one of the biggest mistakes you can make on the defensive side of the ball is going for a 50 with your car not in between the ball and your goal, and it shows exactly why there. A great 50 from Burry puts the Spartans up by 1.
Burry looking to take another touch, but this one's going to the Ducks. Meadowmaker puts it wide of the target, and Eclair is able to recover it. Eclair not making that touch here. This could be an opportunity for the Ducks. Meadowmaker getting the touch back to his teammate. Meadowmaker with the shot on goal, but Eclair saves it. Eclair falling back to recover this one. Uh-oh. Burry puts a shot on net, but the Ducks able to make the save. Burry with another touch. Gets it out to the corner. Can he get the pass out to Eclair? Eclair bringing it up, going for the dish, but not quite able to make it. Now the Spartans are on their back foot. Burry touching the ball with the back of his car several times in a row. Just enough stalling time, but the Ducks finally able to get it back. Meadowmaker banks it in on the open net.
Wave after wave of pressure right there from the Ducks as they try to bring the ball downfield. It's a great transitional play. They realize Burry's a little bit caught out. They just keep hitting it off the retreating defender. Eventually they find a way to get it out in front, and it's just a booming shot to the back of the net, 2-2.
The Ducks hesitating on the defense a little bit. Spartans able to take control of the ball, not quite able to get the shot on target. Great effort from them. Now Meadowmaker bringing it up onto the backboard, but Spartan's able to clear it away. Here comes Eclair. Misses the touch, and now Burry's there, but this one's lofting up high. Burry lost control of it. If Flying High could have gotten that one on target, that would have been a goal. Burry bringing it up in the midfield. Both Spartans very highly committed to that play, and now they're falling back to go for another touch. Flying High makes a big save right there. Eclair going past the ball, unable to get the touch. Now Burry, this one's a shot almost at the post, but Eclair's able to recover and prevent the rebound from going back to the Ducks. Passing play, not quite on the mark for the Spartans. 2-2, this ball's going back and forth. Neither team able to really make until the Spartans score that one on the transition.
Yeah, and it's Eclair winning another 50 against Meadowmaker. That leads to the goal. Looked like Flying High was a bit overconfident in Meadowmaker's ability to win that 50, and he just gets caught with the flip. So 3-2 for the Spartans. They had the lead. They come back on, but they still managed to keep possession. But just off the kickoff, the Ducks will respond. So we're back to all even with 50 seconds to go.
What a response from Meadowmaker. Just reading the play, watching the bounce, and able to sink it in with 50 seconds remaining. This game could still go either way. Still early on in the series. Both teams still very much alive and firing on all cylinders. Here comes Eclair, looking to slow play it. Gets it almost at the far post, but Meadowmaker's able to recover it. Meadowmaker gets the flick past one. Can he get the shot in over Eclair? Oh, almost gets it right in the corner of the net, but the crossbar denies him. Meadowmaker again doing such a great job staying on the ball. Here he comes, waiting for a touch out of the corner. Eclair's going to demo him while he waits, as Burry now has space to take the ball upfield, but no, Flying High is going to read the touch and take it back. I think we're going to see overtime here, Hunted. Do you think? Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Call it the caster's curse. Burry puts it in off the open net. What happened there for the Ducks?
It's just a whiff from Meadowmaker, unfortunately, and Burry will capitalize every day of the week on that play. That is a beautiful shot from him. It is 4-3 with only 5 left to go.
Missed touches like that in the semifinals for the league, the conference finals we'll call it, can spell your doom. Spartans taking advantage for the win. Tight game the whole way through, but the Spartans coming out on top.
Yeah, it was definitely a difficult game for both teams. I mean, you have the Spartans getting out to early leads. You had the Ducks trying to battle back. Things are tied. Spartans score again. The Ducks battle back. We're tied. The Spartans eventually score the game winner. But I love the fight from both teams. Neither of them giving up anything. Neither of them giving ground. Nobody's playing hesitant. It just seems like these teams aren't nervous. They're here, ready to play, ready to go to the grand finals, and it has made for 2 wonderful games. And like I said, I think this series has a great potential to go to Game 7 purely because these players are playing like it matters.
And yeah, to see neither team go ahead by 2 points, really keep fighting back and forth, like you said, Hunted, so exciting. Game 3 with not only the last game very close, but now the series tied at 1-1. Burry looking to get the slow play, but the Ducks able to read it. Here comes Meadowmaker off the wall. Meadowmaker playing the dribble, gets past one, flicks past the other, passes out to Flying High to seal the deal on the first goal of the game.
Yeah, first goal, first play of the game. Meadowmaker just absolutely undresses the Spartans on that one. That's goal number 1. Early lead for the Ducks. A great response after dropping game 2.
And that one, I think, could be play of the week on an assist. Great job from Meadowmaker. Great job for Flying High, reading the pass to finish it out. This one's up high in front of the Ducks net, though. This is off the post. Can Eclair get there before Meadowmaker? No, Meadowmaker's going to clear it away. Meadowmaker bringing it in, looking for a touch off the backboard. And the Ducks not quite able to capitalize on that one, but they still have the 1-goal lead. Burry puts it up and it hits the backboard. And the Ducks kind of on their back foot here as the Spartans charging in. The ball is bouncing back to the Spartans half, but the Spartans still very much in control of the play. Oh no, call it the caster's curse, folks. Meadowmaker able to make another charge and almost puts in another goal for the Ducks.
Yeah, Flying High had a beautiful opportunity, just couldn't get around the ball. But yeah, it looks like the Spartans getting a little overzealous in the offensive zone led to that play for the Ducks. But they are down a goal. Would love to see them continue their aggressive play because it's worked so very well. You just have to be careful that you don't lose your rotation, you don't lose your spot on the pitch and where your teammate is, as it can certainly lead to counterattacks galore for the enemy team. But thus far, the Spartans have done well.
Based on what I'm seeing here, I'd have to say that Meadowmaker is standing out as a big player, bigger than either of the teams can show right now. I think that his performance may determine the series.
Well, he, it's hard to point to point fingers, but
of course, team plays do make.
Right, but
I
do think that Meadowmaker has played much better in this game. I mean, he lost what, 2 50s in the last game and whiffed on the final goal to give the Spartans the victory in that game. So it's good that not letting that get to him and really trying to up his play yet again here in game 3. And as you said, I definitely see improvement there, but they're not out of the woods in this game, not by a long shot.
Big save coming out from Flying High on that last play. And now Claire looking to take control of it again, push it over Meadowmaker. This one's rolling off the backboard, but the Ducks able to clear it out. Burry falling back to defense, able to make a touch on it. This 50-50 is going right to Meadowmaker, though. Spartans just barely able to keep it out of the net.
Oh, great play from Claire.
Out to Burry. Burry puts it off the backboard to Claire. Not able to get the finish. Great 50-50 from the Ducks to keep that shot safe.
Somehow the Ducks maintaining this 1-goal lead. It's a 6-2 shot total in favor of the Spartans here with just a minute 40 left to go. But they haven't been able to crack the Ducks defense. They've had chances, but just not able to put it by that last defender.
Meadowmaker, one-on-one against Claire, falls back, gets the bump. This one's rolling in front of the net, and Meadowmaker, did Meadowmaker seal it in off of a bump, or
Yep, that's what
how
it
did
looks
that
like.
happen?
It looks like it was Flying High who bumped Burry. Yeah.
Meadowmaker credited with the save. Come on, Psyonix, that was a cool shot right there.
Well, regardless of how the ball goes in, it gives the Ducks a 2-goal lead. They might get 3 here. They will. Flying High gets another one. So, great response in game 3 from the Ducks. They only have 3 shots on the board, and they have 3 goals to their name. Their defense was what was, key in this game. They did not let the Spartans battle back and get it in front of them. So, well played to the Ducks. It's certainly not over game 3, but I love the way they're playing after that tough game 2 loss.
Well, with the piece on every goal that has happened so far this game, Flying High definitely making a name for himself. I should feel bad for disrespecting him just before. But Claire able to answer back to the 3-goal deficit, closes it down to 2.
That's a good pass from Burry to Claire as well. And you talk about, we want to talk about impact that players have had in this series. We kind of called Claire out in the beginning. Granted, we didn't call him out. We just said that he was subbing for Deli and how that would work. But again, Claire has filled in quite nicely, as it has been apparent since game 1 that he's looking to step up here. Already has a goal in this game. And I'm hopeful for the Spartans, especially if they can win this series. They have 3 players that they can rely on at any one time for the grand finals, and that is something that not every team left in can say.
So true, Hunted. Very hard to find 3 capable players like that, and that could be part of what did so well for them in the season. You know, having a myriad of lineups that can work well for them, certainly advantageous with the MLE season format, but now Bury looking to clear that one out, just barely does it, as the Spartans rally back on defense. They've got 10 seconds left to score 2 goals. Doesn't look hopeful for them as the Ducks so close to sailing in another one. Maybe a consolation goal? No, the Ducks take the game 3-1.
And again, it's just a great response from the Ducks team to come back and play the way they did in this game, taking down the Spartans 3-1. And they look to continue. I mean, we talk about how these teams trade goals back and forth, and we have a lot of ties. We have a lot of 1-goal leads. Now it feels like the teams are going to start trading games back and forth. And potentially next game should go to the Spartans. But if the Ducks continue to play the way that they do, the Spartans are going to have to change something, which is the biggest factor for me going into game 4. If you force a team to change, it makes them have to think on their feet going into the next game. And the Ducks, I think, certainly have shown the Spartans that they've got to do something different.
So true, Hunted. And, you know, if we are talking about trading games back and forth, the Ducks not only have the advantage in forcing the change to come out, but they're also leading the series. So if the Spartans take this one, the Ducks take the next one, well, that's going to win the series for the Ducks. So the Spartans really have to change something. They need to make a couple of consecutive wins, not just trade back and forth.
I absolutely agree. Definitely need to see some fight here from the Spartans in this game. You don't want to go down early, not in the game, not in the series, and unfortunately it looks like that's going to happen here.
Meadowmaker making such a good read for the second touch, gets it right over Eclair into the far post where Eclair just can't reach it, just high over him, just outside him. Such a great job pushing the ball over the defender. This kickoff goes high off the Spartans' backboard. Meadowmaker looking to make another shot there, but now it's back to Eclair, scoring off the transition. No, flying high's there to clear it away. Now Bury puts it right in off the bar down.
Wow. What a shot there from Bury. Lines that up beautifully and hits it hard. No chance for the Ducks goaltender in that play, and that's going to bring us 1-1 with just only 20 seconds played.
So much could still happen in this game. The Ducks now pushing it out off the kickoff on the pass. Bury clearing it off the backboard, and Meadowmaker's falling back, waiting for the right time to challenge. There he goes. Meadowmaker and Bury in a 1v1. Meadowmaker gets the flick. It's off the backboard. Here comes Flying High to seal it in. No. And now Bury is bringing the ball all the way back to the Ducks' corner. Pushes it into the middle. Eclair not able to get the shot in quite on time. 50-50, this one's floating high above the net. Eclair almost has the angle as Bury falls back to get boost. Bury now challenging again. So much pressure from the Spartans. Here comes Eclair. Oh. Nearly has the shot lined up.
After the way that Eclair's been playing, that's not something you expect. But that's a tough play to try to take that shot. But the passing has been good from the Spartans in this game, and I'm liking what I'm seeing from the Red offense. They've made it work once, but they need to continue forward if they want to take this game.
Great backboard clears from Meadowmaker as he takes this one off the wall, boosting to get back into it, and now Flying High is going to try to get this one past Bury. No, Bury makes the clear. This one is just wide of the target, but the Ducks almost pulling out an own goal. This one comes off their post, and they're lucky to be alive after that play. Eclair gonna seal it in with the high flick.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm 99% sure that ball was not going in from the touch Meadowmaker made, and he rings it off his own post, and it just caused a scramble out in front. So an unfortunate calculation made by the Ducks that time. Give the Spartans the lead, but credit to the Spartans for not giving up on that play and making that garbage goal work.
Spartans doing a great job to get that second goal, really playing adaptively as Bury clears this one long out of their corner. Eclair avoiding the demo. This 50-50 goes wide of the post. Flying high, looking to keep the offense alive as he backs off for Meadowmaker to take it. And the Spartans able to get a clear out of their half. Try to maintain that 2-1 lead if they can by just keeping the ball on offense. He's going to touch this one into the middle. Such a good setup for Eclair, but the Ducks able to deny it. Good job flying high for getting that clear. Now Meadowmaker looking to beat Burry out with the read. No, this one could be on target.
Wow.
Burry looking to do it all by himself, but the Ducks make the clear, but there's nobody behind to defend flying high after he clears the ball. Meadowmaker not able to rotate fast enough to prevent that shot from going in.
And that whole play starts because of the long clear from Burry. It caught flying high just a bit off guard, and Leclerc able to make the touch after the ball came out in front, and the Spartans, they now have a 2-goal lead with 2 minutes to go.
Spartans really doing a good job taking that lead. A lot of their goals not coming in off the first shot, but repeated shots on net that just keep the Ducks from good defensive positioning. This one almost in, so close. Eclair trying to keep the pressure on right here. Gets a bump, maybe another touch to get out to Burry. No, Meadowmaker's able to clear it away before that can happen. Now both Spartans double committed in the corner. The Ducks are still in an awkward position as Flying High is now going to clear it out. Gets the ball all the way to the other corner. Flying High goes for a second touch, but not quite. Now it's Meadowmaker back on defense. The Ducks struggling to keep the ball away from the Spartans as they seal another goal in.
You know, this is what I really like about the Spartans gameplay. I know that this is the MLE, this is 2v2, but when the Spartans get their rotation on offense going and they start to play as a cohesive team, it feels like there's 3 red players on the pitch at all times, as they have not let the Ducks have any space at all. Anything that comes through mid is getting turned away. Anything that gets by that first attacker is instantly cleared out of the zone. And you can see the Ducks only have 1 shot, only 1 goal in this game, and it's because the Spartans are just suffocating them on the defensive side.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the scoreboard here, we see, oh, this one could be interesting. Eclair able to make the save, but the Ducks have 2 shots on net to the Spartans 8. And that really says something right there. Burry able to get a clear out. 27 seconds left for the Spartans to take this one. As the Ducks unable to make a clear there, and Eclair, oh, not quite having the shot lined up, but I think the Spartans likely to win this game anyway. Eclair with the shot on net as time runs out. This one's off the crossbar. Flying High, unable to make a strong clear, and the Spartans will take game 3 of the series.
Game number 4, tied 2-2,
Oh,
going into game 5. Well, no, it's like we were saying coming into this, teams are now trading games back and forth, and we go into game 5 tied up at 2. And we talked about at the end of last game, the Ducks were doing things that made the Spartans have to change what they're doing. And I think the main change that the Spartans made was they got back to that aggressive style of play. They, like I was mentioning during the game, they won those midfield challenges. They kept the Ducks in the defensive zone. And now, going into game 5, after a solid 4-1 win, really clean throughout for the Spartans, it's now the Ducks that have to make that change going into game 5. And if they do it as well as the Spartans, they certainly are in the series still. But it comes down to pretty much a glorified best of 3 with us tied at 2 going into game 5.
Well, both teams have done a great job to fight for each of the wins that they've gotten, but the Spartans are certainly making it tough for the Ducks looking into this next game. This is the biggest point margin that we've seen in any of the games so far.
I believe so. I believe you're right. Yeah, and like I said, it was just a very clean game from the Spartans from start to finish. They played the way that they wanted to play, and it showed on the pitch. I don't think the Ducks are going to give them another game like that. I think the Ducks will paddle back a little bit harder in the remaining games, but we have at least 2 more, potentially 3. I can't wait to see how this ends.
All right. Let's get into the next game. The players are on the field. The face-off is imminent. Here come Meadowmaker and Burry looking to win this one out. Burry comes out ahead, but Flying High is able to recover and scoop it up. Flying High playing it off the wall, looking to get a touch out to Meadowmaker. Maybe no. Claire turns it away. Now it's back to Burry. Meadowmaker, they're trying to suffocate the Spartans, it looks like. Turn the game around. Eclair able to clear it out. Can Eclair line this one up?
Oh.
Gets the touch, but it hits the crossbar. So close.
That's a heartbreaker for the Spartans. Would love to have started this game out to a 1-goal lead. We'll have to play, still tied up at 0. You can't really blame Eclair. That is a tough ball to play. He nearly made it work.
Eclair doing a nice touch to get it out to Burry under difficult circumstances. Now Meadowmaker's got to clear out of the corner. But Burry's able to slam it right back down. Flying High makes a vital clear to keep the defense alive for the Ducks. This one's bouncing high. Meadowmaker's able to make a clear again. The Spartans turning their offense back on after the first minute of the game, but the score is still 0-0. Burry puts it in up high. Can Eclair finish it? No. The Ducks making clear after clear to keep the scoreboard safe.
This first goal is going to be very, very important. Only 2 shots for the Spartans so far. The Ducks have none. But this first goal going to give momentum to either team, and they could certainly use that to ride out a victory here in Game 5.
Eclair waiting back a little bit for the touch. He's able to get it. But now Meadowmaker has the one-on-one opportunity against Burry. Can he make the flick? He does. He seals it in on the top shelf. Great touch from Meadowmaker.
And the Ducks have not had a lot of chances in this game, but when they get one, they bury it. What a shot from Meadowmaker, just over top of the outstretched car from Burry. It goes in the back of the goal, so the Ducks have the 1-0 lead, and like I said, that will give them some momentum heading into the final 3 minutes of this game. Let's see if they can keep the lead.
Big demo coming out. Here comes Burry, going for the second touch. Not quite able to get the rebound in off the near post. This one's coming back to the middle. Burry looking for another demo. Maybe no, Burry's back and back. And Eclair now has to make this challenge. And what a challenge he makes, too. The Ducks have to score on these transitions, I would say. Great clear coming out from Eclair. That one's going in. And it looks like the Spartans are the ones who will score on that transition.
Yeah, the Ducks looking for that timing play out in front, and Eclair reads it like a book. All he has to do is touch it hard enough to get it down the pitch, and he does. So we're tied up at 1, 2:30 to go. It's a bit of a misplay from the Ducks, but you can't let that get to you. You've got to continue to try to find that offense. I like the fact that they were trying to be aggressive there and extend their lead. They just need to do it in a bit of a more conservative way.
Big demo coming out from Burry as he retreats back to his near post, but Meadowmaker able to read the play all the way through.
I'm interested what happened with Burry here. Just didn't get there. Nearly had the touch, but his Meadowmaker will take it off the back wall. If you let that ball come off the wall the way that it does, just about anybody's going to punish you for it here in the Academy League.
Now it's Flying High, looking to get a touch off this rebound. Burry able to make a big save as Meadowmaker comes up. No, Eclair coming in at full speed to deny the shot opportunity for the Ducks. I was going to say, the way that the Spartans had been playing, making a great job of just keeping pressure on the Ducks. The Ducks need to score every transition. They need to catch the Spartans as they're a little too far upfield, a little bit unprepared.
Great play.
Here comes a great pitch
Wow.
from Burry off the ground.
Man, those are shots that you don't see work out very often in threes because typically there's a man back, but in twos, that is perfect. And Burry absolutely buries the ground pinch. What a play to tie things up for the Spartans.
2-2. And this one's coming right back to Burry. Burry going up for a second touch on it, but Meadowmaker's able to clear it away. Here comes Eclair. A little bit awkward. This one could be a big opportunity for the Ducks if they play this right. Now it's back to Meadowmaker. He's going to look for a touch off the backboard for flying high, but now it's the Ducks who are retreating back, scrambling. Big demo coming out from Eclair so that Burry has the open net. Can Burry seal it in? No, it's a little too high, a little too wide. Just not where Burry wanted it to be. Meadowmaker pushing it back down. Here he comes for his second touch, but Burry's able to seal it away. Burry goes for another one. Now it's Eclair. And the Spartans have been so good at just getting to the ball first, but their shots have not been quite on target. Eclair dodging demos in order to sit in the net. Ducks making it difficult for the Spartans to defend this one. Big bumps coming out on the other side of the field, and now Meadowmaker's pushing it in the middle, goes for the double touch, not quite on target. Burry looking to put a shot in off the wall. No, this one could be an opportunity for Eclair if he can get up to it faster, but Meadowmaker is not going to let that happen easily. Here comes Eclair. Can he score the transition goal off the bounce? No. Can Burry do it? Not quite. 8 seconds left to deny overtime for the other team. Flying high, gonna let time expire off the bounce on the wall.
This game much more even than the last game that we saw. Still, it looks like the Spartans are trying to play that suffocation game, but the Ducks are just not having it. They are finding their offensive opportunities when they get them. They just haven't been able to put that game-winning goal in the back of the net yet.
Eclair's got it on target. Weak clear coming out from the Ducks, and Eclair able to get it on the second touch.
This is just an unfortunate play from Meadowmaker. He jumps too early, and it puts him out of position to clear the ball hard into the corner, and Eclair will come up to make the play. And this is what we said. The Spartans need to string a couple of games together. They've done it now. They've strung 2 games together. They've got match point going into game 6. This one was very, very close. If the Ducks play the same way, it could easily go in their favor in the next game. But the Spartans, I like the way that they have been playing against this Ducks team, and I don't think the Ducks have quite the answer they need. So again, it's time to go back to the drawing board. If you're the team in blue, fix your mistakes and come out win game 6.
I am very hopeful that the Ducks can find their answer quickly. But the Spartans, maybe they took a little while to warm up, trading wins here and there. They've really figured this game out. And I think that they provide compelling evidence that they can win this series.
I agree with you. I think no matter what happens, it shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. Whether the Spartans win in this game or in game 7, or if the Ducks win in game 7, it shouldn't come as a surprise, as both of these teams have a right. They have earned the right to win this series, and like I said, I cannot state how close these two teams are more.
Burry avoiding disaster there. He's defending a 2-on-1 from his near post. He's able to get a touch off his backboard and keep this one keep the scoreboard at 0-0 as the Ducks try to answer back. Burry again trying to line a shot up for his teammate. Here's the touch to Eclair. Eclair not in position. And Burry falling back to defend Meadowmaker. Eclair gets it up high. Here comes Burry. Burry's lobbing it off the ceiling in front of the net for Eclair to finish off the post. The Ducks, by the skin of their teeth, get the ball out of dangers. Now Meadowmaker looking to answer, but Burry waiting back for him. Spartans already putting up 3 shots on the net to 1 from the Ducks. This is exactly what we've come to expect from this team. Eclair able to make a save there. And flying high, looking to lob it out in front of the net. One Spartan misses, but the other one is hanging back and ready to make the clear. Meadowmaker touches it out the corner. He's got the angle. It's bouncing back and forth. Burry tries to make the clear, but flying high is there to say,
Wow, so close. The angle that flying high takes on that shot was just perfect enough for the Spartans to not be able to get there. Burry nearly made the save, but great job forcing the ball in from the Ducks. And this is an important 1-goal lead, although it might go back the other way. Ooh, just wide from Burry.
Spartans almost answering back, but not quite. They've got 3 minutes left to score their first goal. Big demos coming out from the Ducks as the Spartans try to put another goal on the net. Here comes Meadowmaker trying to play it over Eclair. He runs out of boost. Eclair doesn't make the touch. He hits it back into his own net.
Yeah, unfortunate play from Eclair. I think you're right. I think he just runs out of boost a little bit too soon there. Either that or he just didn't get the jump that he wanted off the ground. Either way, it's an unfortunate touch for the Spartans, and they find themselves down 2 as we approach halftime in game number 6. But this is a perfect way to start if you're the Ducks.
The Ducks have to be happy for that relief, taking a 2-goal lead, but doesn't last them very long as Spartans able to answer back.
And this is all Burry. Takes it out of his own zone, sees that he has the defender hung up in the corner, and he's just got to touch that hard towards the goal. Does great to do so. It's now a 1-goal game as, again, we are approaching halftime.
This one's out to Eclair. Eclair looking to lob it over flying high for the second touch, but the Ducks able to get a piece of it to keep it out. Burry falling back behind Meadowmaker. Burry just dominating the ball in that corner. Here comes Eclair going for the touch.
Wow.
On the top shelf. What a play.
Yeah, great play all around. Burry getting the pass out. It is a perfect pass for Eclair to jam home in that top corner. And that is a tough play to make, especially with the pressure of game 6. It being the tying goal, if you could score it, Eclair comes through for his team. We are all tied up.
Eclair doing a great job as the sub, making plays like that. That one could be a Play of the Week nomination. He could be going home with a case of balls after this series.
Absolutely. Eclair has given the definition of super sub in this game. Has come in on what I am assuming is short notice and has played extremely well. Just needs to close out the series if you're Eclair now.
Big clear from Eclair. Can he get the second shot on target? He does. Eclair making the big clear all the way from the other side of the field, able to read the rebound and put in the open net.
That is a very difficult play for the Ducks. It's just a comedy of errors. Really not even an error on that 50-50. It's just those are things that happen in Rocket League, and you have to take them on the chin sometimes. And now it puts them down in a crucial game that they cannot lose if they want to go to the finals. They've got to battle back. They've got to put it out of their mind and score a goal.
May I point out that Deli, the Spartans GM, is cheering in the chat right now for his for his teammates, Eclair and Burry. Eclair now looking to get this one past Meadowmaker. Can he get the flick off the backboard? Meadowmaker's able to make it clear, but the Ducks have 1 minute left to answer the 1-goal deficit they have. Burry gonna let this one roll to Eclair. A little bit of a miscommunication, but the Spartans come out of it pretty okay. Now Burry up for the shot, gets it past the defender, but this one's wide. Meadowmaker getting bumped off of the ball, but now Meadowmaker's got the open net, and the Ducks finds the answer to the Spartans' goals. It is 3-3. The score is dead. We could be looking at overtime. We could be looking at Game 7 with the finals on the line.
That's a tough play for Bury. Gets there just a bit late. Nobody back for the Spartans. So the Ducks, they get a bit of a gift to tie things up now with only 35 seconds to go. This next goal could determine who goes to the grand finals or if we see a Game 7.
Now Bury looking to defend this one off the backboard. He gets the clear. Bury going for another touch off the wall. This one's bouncing in awkward space for the Ducks. But Meadowmaker is able to wait back, make the touch. He's got a one-on-one potentially, maybe even a two-on-one as he gets it off the flying high, but Eclair able to come back into the play and make the 50-50. Bury looking to do it off the ceiling to Eclair.
Ooh.
And it's right in front of the net at 0 seconds, and the Ducks are able to stay alive and make their case for Game 7.
Yeah, and we're even in overtime because of the hustle from Eclair to get back on that back check. It was a 2-on-1 the other way, but the Ducks were a bit slow trying to corral the ball. It was Eclair to clear it away. They nearly scored again, but they have given themselves an opportunity of a lifetime to make the grand finals here.
Bury pushing that one off the backboard. Now Meadowmaker's got the clear. Bury not going to let them get away easy. We've seen the the Spartans on this suffocating offense strategy for so much of this series. It's worked so well for them. Here comes the touch off the backboard. No, Bury now with the open shot. No, the Ducks put it safely to their own corner as Bury's going to fall back for this one. Bury going for another touch off the wall, but Flying High's beating him to it. Flying High gets the pinch, maybe a touch out to Meadowmaker. Meadowmaker gets the 50, but Eclair able to clear it away and keep the Spartans in this game. Now we're in golden goal territory. Meadowmaker and Eclair in a one-on-one, but Eclair's able to get a good 50. The Ducks a little bit awkward here as Bury pinches the ball off the corner. This could be dangerous. And despite the whiff, the Ducks are able to get back into position. Bury puts it in off the crossbar. What a play!
And the Spartans, they do it. They managed to defeat the Ducks in 6 games. What a pass, and Bury the perfect shot. Bar, post, and in. And the Spartans move on. Eclair comes in, makes the plays necessary, but Bury, what a clutch shot. What a great series from the Spartans. The Ducks are going to have to wait to make history in the MLE. But congratulations to the Spartans. First time in the grand finals, and it could not have come in a more exciting fashion. Well done to the Spartans.
Bury's ringer in overtime. Certainly an MLE moment to remember. The teammates now congratulating each other for the wins in chat. Good, wholesome sportsmanship to be seen here, folks. That's going to be our last series of the night. Is there anything else you'd like to say to close us out, Hunted?
Well, I just want to say thank you all so very much for watching. Make sure that you tune in tomorrow as well, as we've got Champ League and Premier League action going on, conference finals. And then, of course, next week, it all comes down to that. The grand finals of every single league will be here on the MLE channel. So make sure you follow the channel. Make sure that you are here next week to close out this season. It has been a whole lot of fun tonight, and I thank you guys for watching. That's all I've got to say.